One of the most powerful CEOs in the tech world is speaking out on the future of retail. Brian Sozzi is live this morning at the National Retail Federation's big show here in New York City. And Brian, you got a chance to sit down with Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, of course. What did he have to say about shopping and big data?
Good morning, Alexis, and a big show indeed. So Satya Nadella, Microsoft CEO, gave the keynote on Sunday afternoon. I caught up with him exclusively after his keynote speech and got his take on the future of retail.
I think fundamentally, technology is just becoming a key part of the entire economy and entire life, right? It's not about retail per se, it's just that every part of our economy has to, in some sense, take technology and treat it more like a commodity input that then the art and science of retail gets to the next level. So when I think about, yes, we have some tough times, but at the same time, there's amazing opportunity. For example, take something like even omni-channel commerce. Any retailer who is able to really do a great job and a seamless job of that is gaining share, gaining customers, gaining loyalty. So it comes down to, in some sense, every retailer building their own, what I describe as tech intensity, so that they can be successful.
Retailers are sitting on so much data. Do they know how to use it?
Oh, and that's the key. Retail and retailers have the most precious asset, which is commercial intent data. And you said it, which is what they do with it is going to define retail and their own prospects in it. Today, I think what they have been caught up in is, in some sense, sometimes, in fact, letting others benefit from their data. In fact, if you think about the amount of any retailer who continuously spending more in online advertising with the classic aggregators is essentially leaking value. Instead of that, let's say if they took commerce marketing, built their own advertising prowess as part of their own website experience, their own mobile experience, and even offline, and brought their data together, first they'll have a high gross margin new business, which in turn will help fund new experiences for their consumers, including shipping, as well as in fact provide a channel for every supplier out there. So I think it's possible. We see those examples. Home Depot, I talked about it, what they're doing, and I really would love for the 2020s to be defined differently.
There seems to be a lot more haves and have-nots in retail. Or retailers, let's say Home Depot, Starbucks, that have the money and that get tech, but then a whole other class that doesn't get tech. What does the future look like for them?
I feel the tech, in fact, our goal is one simple thing, which is how do we commoditize it? So the smallest of retailers, the examples, we talked about Netuzzi, a fashion retailer out of Italy doing a completely great job of how to think about retailtainment, or Canada Goose, or of course the Starbucks and the Home Depots and the Walmarts and the Walgreens. So we want the cross-section of retail, whether it's the smallest or the largest, and effectively our job, if we do it right, is to sort of say, okay, how can technology and the pricing on it become commoditized, the capability needed for the retailer to build their own capability, that learning curve has to come down.
Now, Alexis, if you read between the lines there on what Nadella says, he says, why are retailers dumping so much money into Google search advertising and even advertising on social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter? At least in his mind, at least my interpretation of it, build those capabilities internally, and he's shouted out Starbucks there. Starbucks is still seen as a leader in the tech space because they've invested a lot of money on artificial intelligence. They're not out there bombing the internet with a lot of ads on Facebook for cold brew coffee. They spent a lot of money internally.
All right, Brian Sozzi, thanks so much. We'll check in with you a little later on.